Happy Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Nice day here. I want to make a video here, a little response. This is basically going to be talking about setting goals, realistic goals. I have quite a few people wanting to know what they should do, and I know a lot of people keep they keep asking me this, and I just keep telling them that it's up to you. It's not what I can, I can't decide for you. I can't. Only thing I can really do is give you suggestions, but I can't make a decision for you. So, I'll just go ahead and just talk about like setting realistic goals when it comes to this, learning languages. So, I had quite a few people ask me if they should, if it's okay if they, if they should learn more than 2 languages. Should they learn more than 4 languages? It's a very, very common question. And as I always say, it's like, you know what? That's your decision. That's your decision, and it all depends on your time. If you have the time, you can do it. If you have the time, you can definitely do it. But if you don't have time, you're working, you're going to school, then I think it's kind of hard to juggle 4 or 5 languages at one time. Now, if you want to do 4 or 5 languages at the same time, probably what you're going to have to do, let's say 4 languages, or we'll just go with 5. You'll have to probably study maybe 2 actively, and then just study the other ones non-actively. Or better yet, if you're really busy, just study 1. Well, just study 1 actively, and then study 4 non-actively. So a lot of people are confused about this non-active active thing. Basically, to me, when I'm studying something actively, that's basically it's the whole deal. Basically, I'm going to be doing my listening, my reading, my exercise when I create my own sentences, and interacting with the native speakers. That's the main thing, interacting with native speakers, on top of making videos. That's very important. If I'm not interacting with native speakers, then I don't really consider it an active study. But there are some people out there who they just listen, they don't interact with native speakers, and they consider that active. That's just my interpretation, my version of being active and non-active. So as long as I'm interacting with native speakers, I have to be doing that in order to be active in that language. Non-active is basically reading, listening, and that's it. A reading practice. That's it. Just practice reading the dialogues or whatever. So it's basically a whole bunch of listening. That's all I'm really doing. So wow, I just realized I didn't even have my earphones on. I hope my earphones real quick. Alright. So yeah, basically that's my interpretation of active and non-activeness. So it's really I think it's a good thing, and it works. It works if you do that, because what's going to happen is you're going to, like, for those languages that are non-active, by the time you switch out those languages, you switch them out for another language in the active group, then that language won't be totally foreign to you. You'll have the pronunciation down, all that good stuff. And you'll probably find that it's easier to pick up vocabulary because of the exposure you've had, by doing all that listening. So I think it's a good approach. You should give it a shot. So it's really good for those who really want to learn several languages, but they don't have time. And it's so easy to just listen. It's very easy to listen. Just turn it on, you cleaning up, you going to work, just listen to the dialogue. That's all you need to do. It's that simple. So that's my advice. That's what I would advise, And as far as like the levels and whatnot, some people have different goals on where the level they want to be on. Some people want to get to, you know, a native like level, C1 level, whatever you want to call it. And I think that it all depends on, again, how many languages you're studying. If you're trying to get to a native like level and you're learning and you're interested in learning like 20 or 30 languages, then that's not realistic. It is not realistic. It is impossible. And I hate to use this word impossible, but it is. It is impossible to get to a C1 level in over 20 languages. It's not going to happen. It takes too much time to get to a high level in a language. You know, I mean, it takes time to get to an intermediate level, a good intermediate, upper intermediate level. It takes a lot of time. So, you know, trying to get to a native like level, that's going to take even more time. You know, because you have to really be exposed to language. Then you have to go to the country. You really have to go to the country and be around those people. Unless you're in a country where there are a lot of those people, you know, around. But that's not a realistic goal. If you're doing one language, you say, okay, I just want to learn Chinese. That's it. I'm not interested in learning any other languages. I just want to learn one. And that's a different story. You can aim for a C1 level. You have all the time. You just focus on that language. I mean, there's really no reason why you can't achieve that when you're working on one language, you know. So, yep. So we just have to set realistic goals out here. It's very important. And you know, and then while you on this journey, just make sure you stay positive, keep a positive attitude, and keep, you know, have positive people around you. You don't want to have negative people around, people who are going to bring you down, bring down your motivation. You know, so those are key. That's what I follow. I don't tolerate negativity. You know, if I feel that someone is trying to discourage me in any way, I just get rid of them without hesitation. You know, so that's just me. I just don't got I don't got time for that. I don't got time for you know, be tolerating that type of stuff. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna end this video. So yep, that's my advice to you guys, and thanks for viewing, and look forward to any comments.